Happy morning everybody, it's Donna from Enchanted. So today I just want to show you the difference between two Buddleias which are of the golden yellow variety. Now this with bindweed on it, this is globosa, so this is Buddleia globosa. Look, this is a good one to show you. We just focus in there, Angel. So as you can see, it's still kind of a pinnacle shaped flower, but we've got separate little balls. So this is Buddleia globosa, and the colour of this tends to be more leaning towards orange, as opposed to a lovely yellow. It is probably a child of a cross between globosa, which is separate little balls, and the other parent would be more a normal Buddleia with a pinnacle flower. So you've got the colour, but the shape of Buddleia Davidii. So that's what I would call a pinnacle shape. Okay, so let's now make our way with difficulty. Okay, I've got one here. So can you see that rather than, it is in fact made up of kind of balls. That one might be better to show you. Look, the balls are individual, but they join in that Buddleia shape. So this is Wayriana. We have Border Beauty. We have Buddleia Davidii. We have Buddleia Black Knight. We have Buddleia Royal Red and Nanho Blue and Pink something or other. Now, as I said to some children I was teaching yesterday, it's no good having such a huge expanse of garden that you've dedicated to the butterfly bush, to Buddleias, because in your attempt and efforts to feed pollinators, this is only going to be okay for adult butterflies. The whole planting is only for adult butterflies, because their life cycle is simply to breed, lay eggs and feed, and you're only ticking one of those boxes here, even with all of these Buddleias, and there's probably about 20. So the reason I'm saying that, and what I want you to make a connection to, is the fact that you can have adult butterflies of whatever breed or species here visiting this Buddleia garden, but they have, in your gardens, they will have nowhere to lay their eggs and nowhere for their eggs to hatch and then feed on the host plants. So what are baby butterflies? Baby butterflies are caterpillars. I'm not being condescending, it's just surprising the number of people that don't make the connection between a caterpillar and a butterfly. It's like they're two different species. So without giving the butterfly somewhere to lay its eggs, which is called a host plant, so each butterfly will have certain plants only that it will lay its eggs on. And none of these plants, unfortunately, are going to be plants that you can buy from the garden centre. So butterflies are designed to breed in a natural setting. You have butterflies that will only breed and lay their eggs on Eureka, stinging nettles. And that means that that's the only food that their caterpillars, baby butterflies, can eat. So it's no good the butterfly laying its eggs on this or that. It's not going to support the caterpillars when they emerge. So to join the dots and work out the life cycle of a butterfly, whilst you're really doing an excellent job for butterflies as pollinators, remembering we've got one of the lowest butterfly counts ever recorded from the Butterfly Trust last year, just getting ready for the big butterfly count this year. And because host plants are in decline, and host plants which haven't been sprayed with a chemical that will kill the caterpillars, we are going to see a decline of butterflies more and more and more. So whilst you all know I have certain opinions on rewilding and what that means for you in your beautiful garden, I'm not instigating that you leave your garden to nature like this, because the result will be awful and you won't have a conservation garden as such. All you'll have is brambles and overgrowth. You've got host food certainly in some areas, but it won't be balanced. So to get this, you have to know which butterflies you're trying to support, work out what they feed their baby caterpillars on, and even just supplying 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 of those plants amongst your beautiful border will support that population. As soon as the caterpillars have pupated, which is something that's so interesting because you can actually watch that happening. So you can actually be sitting in your garden watching butterflies hatch. I promise you it's possible. It is possible, because you will have your host plant and you will allow that to flower and you will allow that to get a little bit bigger, perhaps, whatever your host plant is. Once your butterflies have emerged, you can immediately cut that host plant down and keep your border and your garden looking magnificent. I don't cut the plants down afterwards because this isn't a residential garden. And there are some butterflies that will lay their eggs a little bit later, and the eggs will actually overwinter in the stem of the plant or on the leaf of the plant on the underside hidden. So that's why I don't cut my meadow. I'm trying to look after future generations. But as an exercise for you, as a gardener with a beautifully weeded garden, a beautiful tidy garden, I'd like you to kind of experiment and know that you can give a great deal of support. We've got a painted lady over there, just landed, so that's she's just over there, and she's an adult, so she's feeding, but she's also looking for somewhere to lay eggs. So I need to look into the life cycle of that butterfly, work out what she's looking for to lay her eggs on, and then with all the land I have, I can leave that alone. So I hope you found that interesting, and I hope you have butterflies in your garden, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.